Good morning, Victor Senior High School. My name is Liz Presfiora, and this is the Victor Voice.
And I'm Rebecca Pritchard. Today we're here to talk to you about a project near and dear to our hearts, the High School Musical.
Yes, full disclosure, both Rebecca and myself were part of the production this year, a show called John and Jen.
We were so grateful to have the opportunity to actually perform this year, and it was a cool experience filming the musical instead of the traditional live production.
Our castmate and fellow journalist Carly Congella worked on this feature about the production.
Hi, it's Carly Congella here with Mr. Hawkinson, the director for John and Jen this year. So how did you pick the show this year?
Well, we had some guidelines we had to follow. Social distancing and singing in a space with a lot of people on stage wasn't an option, so we picked a show with two characters in it. But we cast many Johns and Jens, so everyone got a chance to be on stage.
How did you envision the show looking like, since it had to be social distanced?
I think Mr. Denner did a great job with the set. He had cast members submit photos that are important to them, and he turned those into big Polaroids, and they're hanging all over everyone as they sing. It's pretty cool.
How did your experience directing this year differ from last and past years?
Oh, it was definitely challenging, right? Because I think Ms. Mellema had a ton of the work because she had to do all the vocal direction because there was a lot of singing. It's almost an operetta or an opera, right? There's so much music. And then we had to socially distance on stage and wear masks, so it was a whole different deal this year.
What aspect of the show this year are you the most proud of?
I'm really proud of the cast, rising up to the challenge of these new, guidelines and some of the restrictions we had to deal with. They worked hard, they showed up, and there's just some beautiful music, beautiful singing that you're going to see April 9th, right? We start streaming it.
Yes, and when and how can you stream it?
So that's will be available. Tickets are on sale now at the Theater Arts page on the website. And then it'll start streaming on the 9th for a whole week. So once you purchase a ticket, you can watch it anytime that week.
As none of us have filmed a show before, I sat down with a few of my castmates to discuss the preparation for the show. So how did the Zoom rehearsals work?
The Zoom rehearsals, we mainly did vocal Zoom rehearsals until we were able to meet in person. And they went pretty well, even though it was hard to hear the piano.
What was the filming process like?
The filming process, we had a couple cameras set up, and it was just you and your scene partner. And it was kind of intimidating, but we were able to do multiple takes, so that was nice.
When we were doing multiple takes, did you try to be consistent, or did you try to just get better each time?
I tried to keep most things consistent, but during each take I tried to find one or two things that I could improve on for the next take.
What are you grateful for this year?
I'm definitely grateful that we had a musical this year. I was very worried we weren't going to have one, so I think it's a great thing that we were able to.
How was the filming process?
It was definitely different than anything I've experienced before. It was cool because we got to kind of see a whole different side of acting and stuff that we normally, in a normal year, would have never gotten to do.
When we had to film multiple takes, did you try to be consistent with your previous performance, or did you just try to do your best each time?
I definitely tried to be consistent with what we had been rehearsing so that with the different camera angles, everything would line up how it was supposed to. But for the singing and stuff like that, if I had made any mistakes or I wanted to do something better, I would definitely focus in on that and try to make it better each time.
20 years I've struggled on, and now at last it's come. The road ends here.
So what Jen did you play?
I played Jen just as she was entering her college years, experiencing lots of new things, and some of them not for the better. What about you?
I played Jen while she was in a bit of a midlife crisis and having to come to terms with the fact that her son John is leaving home for the first time. I know I'll be watching John and Jen this weekend, and I hope you'll support the production as well. The live stream is available for purchase on the VCS website starting this Friday, April 9th, and it will be available until Sunday, April 18th. This episode was produced by Matthew Rosser with audio engineering from Kyle Stepien. My name is Liz Presfiora.
And I'm Rebecca Pritchard with the Victor Voice, signing off.